What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we've uploaded and there's a reason for that. We have been running into a little bit of issues with Martin's G35, which has held us back a lot because ever since I bought the 1J motor, I've been buying a bunch of parts and a lot of them are obviously coming from overseas, so it's going to be taking a while since the 1JZ only came in Japan. The next step that we were working towards for the G35 was getting it tuned, which we were in the process of it, but a fueling issue came up. We had to start all over, so we're going to be explaining to you guys what exactly happened and what's been going on with the G35 because everyone's asking.
So we had a little fueling issue and we found that out by
The hard way.
So finally RZG asked me to on the data logging to check injector duty cycle, the percentage.
And I don't think people know what that means.
No,
you want me to explain it?
Yeah, pretty much it tells you how much percentage you're using of your injectors. We were at 140%.
Which is for 1200cc injectors?
We're pretty much maxing out
that is
injectors.
Pretty much the equivalent
to the whole.
To a lot. 100% of 1200cc injectors is a lot of fuel. Like that's dumping fuel. Only if it's actually dumping the fuel. So that's why the tuner wanted to look at that. And I'm honestly, from a mechanic's perspective, I'm surprised that that wasn't something that was already checked before. Like I would assume that they would be looking at injector duty cycle from the beginning, but I think that's why tuners like RZG had him go with the 1200cc injectors, so they wouldn't even have to worry about it. They wouldn't even be close to maxing it out for 400 horsepower. The issue was that the injectors weren't getting any fuel, and in return the computer was maxing out the injectors, trying to squeeze out more fuel. And the reason we found that out was because the car wasn't making any power when we were tuning it.
The fuel pump wasn't in all the way.
It was Martin's fault. How many tunes did we do prior to finding this issue?
Like 15.
We did so much. Move the feed line. And whenever you want to take these out, you got to be careful of the little float in there. You can break it while taking this thing out. Sweet smell of E85.
Oh no!
So this guy was a culprit all along. It was a little fuel pump that's actually in here. You can see there's a gasket right here, and the fuel pump's supposed to stay inside. And what happens is it directs fuel all the way up and then through this line. Since it did fall, it was just losing pressure outward back into the tank, which was not good.
So it's probably like that for a long time.
Which is good we found this issue out and it wasn't too hard. Now that we have mostly all the issues resolved, tuning can begin again, and we could hopefully soon make a dyno video when everything's set up properly. Like I said, I'll include a little bit of the tuning in the dyno video beforehand, but I'm just excited to see what this car actually puts down and actually feel some power. But in the meantime, make sure to go message Martin and try to make him feel better, because he's been really down that this car hasn't been driven for almost 2 months. Huh, Martin? While Martin's putting the fuel pump back, I want to talk a little bit of what me and my dad did yesterday at like 10 at night. We found some wheels up for sale for his E46 because he wanted new ones. And we found some M parallels, which is like one of the most famous BMW wheels, the Style 37s. And some guy actually had some pretty nice and custom. So we went over there at 10 at night all the way to LA, which is about an hour and a half away from where we live. They look pretty sick. So they have a brushed look on the face, and then the lips are polished, and also on the spokes they're polished on the sides. So they look really sick, and they're perfect fitment for the E46. We already tried them on, and this is with zero camber. So this is, I believe, an 18 by 9.5 plus 25 or 22, and then this is 18 by 8 plus 13. So it's gonna have a really aggressive offset in the front, even though it's a thin wheel, so it can be a staggered setup. You can see the difference, and also the differences on the lip. With camber, I'm sure he could probably run just 9.5 all around, because with E46s you could run a pretty wide wheel up there. It's always the rear that you have an issue with. So I'm just glad that these fit. We just need to put some tires on, and they are raw polished, so we are gonna have to clear coat them. And then we have this broken work quit.
I know, where's
so sad. I don't know.
Give me another wheel.
At least the face came off, even though they were welded.
Yeah.
So the face isn't sandwiched in between, and we can just get new lips and barrels. You're only gonna rebuild 2, right? for now?
Well, what I'm trying to decide is if I should build them to be 16s or keep them 15s.
I would do 16. If you're already gonna go that far, you could just wait a little bit, save some extra cash, and then we'll put them into 16s. So you can run that KBD kit on the Yada. Ooh.
I know, but that's not gonna be for a while.
Ooh.
So I don't know if I should just build them.
You know I'm gonna buy it for you.
What do you mean you're gonna buy it for me?
Bro.
You think
Bro.
I'm gonna buy it myself?
You want to buy it right now, guys? If you want me to buy her a KBD kit, comment down below.
No balls.
Duh.
Comment down below. Now look at the JZ. It's still pretty much how I left it on the teardown video. We do have a couple of big parts coming in. The first one that I ordered. Should I tell them what it is?
Yes.
It's a...
Maybe we'll go for a drive, put some gas, see if it actually works.
The car, I believe, is on what, like the 3rd tune?
It's gonna be 4th tune tomorrow.
Yeah, so we're on the 3rd tune. This is like their first clip of it driving, huh?
With everything running good and everything set up good, yes. I gotta get my wallet because there's police in the streets. Just up to 5,500. I've been in the car on the freeway.
Martin feels so cool pumping with the 85.
Hold on. God damn it, you're going to hell. You're going to damn hell with you. Dude.
If you guys didn't notice before, look how dusty this car is.
What?
You can't even mark your finger on it, bro. I guess the next thing we're gonna be bringing in is
G37, we're modding it, fuck it. You guys were right with the bet. I
was right.
I already bought 2 things for it. But one simple, I needed brakes because they fucked up on the brakes when they sold it. I think they just slapped brake pads on. So of course,
yeah, that's all dealerships do. Slap on
bunch of idiots. All you idiots that work at dealership, idiots.
Hey,
especially you.
Watch your mouth.
And then I had to get a remote start, which is like an OEM style, so I get to keep my key fobs. I just press lock 3 times.
We're gonna be bringing in the little toaster. Finally, this thing doesn't get driven a lot either because everything breaks on this thing. I have to give you guys a full update on what's been going on. We go MIA for 2 weeks without uploads, and you know why? Because our cars keep breaking.
Or something comes up.
My E30 has been having an issue ever since we installed the short shifter. It's starting to leak from the selector rod seal, which is pretty much right at the transmission where the rod gets pushed in and out to change gears. We thought it was the output shaft seal, which is where the drive shaft goes into, but it wasn't. After we swapped it out, it was still puking out, and it does it a lot more when we drive. I bought a giant blanket from Harbor Freight that we could just throw on the driveway so we don't leave any stains. Keep going, keep going. Aside from it leaking, I'm not gonna fix that yet because I'd rather do it at work. I've taken out this drive shaft like 1,000 times. But one thing we are doing is we're finally adding a rear apron, which is kind of like an old term for a rear lip, because technically these metal thing called diving boards are the actual bumper, but it doesn't have the lip. The side already has a side skirt, as we showed you guys in an earlier video, and the front has a late model from Valence. So everything's pretty much set up, but we don't have the rear. So we're gonna be installing this old, super old Zender rear apron, and these things are really hard to come by, especially when it comes to the US models, because the US models do have a cutout for the exhaust, and you can see right here the authentic made in Germany logo, and I think these have it too, so this is pretty sick.
What are you doing?
What?
Look at Static Ugly.
Dude, that's literally like guava.
That's what I'm saying. If you guys haven't tried Jarritos Guava, you guys are missing the life, dude.
That's pretty good.
What's up, dude? Wanna try this?
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Tastes dank, bro. If you want, you can take one home. I got like 20 of them.
Tastes like strawberry, kind of.
Strawberry.
Yeah. I've never had guava.
You've never tried guava? Bro, this was never tried guava.
No. It doesn't smell good. It smells good, but it doesn't.
What are you, Canadian?
Smell it.
It smells like guava.
Exactly, like it smells like my house. I don't want to taste my house.
What does that mean?
I don't want to taste my house.
That's the randomest shit you've said, bro. Oh. Woo!
Ooh, at least.
You want to drill the last one, Martin?
Fuck yeah.
Bro, this is so ghetto.
No, it's a beautiful thing. It'll work. Where are you going?
Where we going?
What?
Where you going?
Where you going?
She got sushi without you, dude.
Oh, fuck, I'm hungry. Who?
Cares, bitch. What?
Whatever.
Ever, bitch. I really like the ISR blast pipe, so I don't know if I can get rid of them, especially if I'm just gonna get smaller tips. So if I actually do like it with it, because I'm just gonna sag it down a little bit and then push it up against the cutout, and if it looks cool, then I might just have to cut the apron. Don't want to do that, but sometimes you have to do some custom shit to make things look cool. After a bunch of modifications, it finally looks complete and doesn't sag like it used to. I think it definitely makes the rear look more boxy and more aggressive. You would just see the spot for the spare tire and it just looked really ugly. So everything else was complete except for the rear, and now that this piece, obviously aside from being painted, is finally on, and it's actually a really cool kit. I love that it's 3-piece. The only problem I have with it is that it's not perfect, but I know once I paint it black, you're not really gonna notice these indentions and you're not gonna notice a lot of the flaws. And we also had to cut a couple of things to make the exhaust work, but like I said, you won't even notice just because it's so low.
So a lot of you guys noticed that the headlights were gone and they're finally back, and you don't notice a change. Yes, somebody did some custom work on it. Sean will put his Instagram down below and his Facebook, so you can hit him up. So I did get the RGB done on the sequential turn signal and the demon eye. That's also RGB, and that's pretty much it. He hooked it up.
Shout out to Sean.
Shout out to Sean. To let you guys know, I did all the work.
You did do all the cutting. You did most of the work on this thing, dude. I hate cutting. If you
I do
know,
a lot of cutting at work, so it's like whatever.
it's funny because Martin does all that at work and I do all the mechanic stuff. So with mechanic stuff, he just like take over. But when it comes to cutting, grinding, modifications, Martin.
I'm the greatest thinker alive.
No, you don't think. Alright guys, this is where we're going to be ending off the video. We still have a couple of things coming in. Sorry we've been so slow. This is kind of more of an update video, and wanted to give you guys some E30 content in it as well. But on that note, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you guys on the next one.